My name is Julia Phoenix, and I am a love and leadership mentor and relationship expert. I have worked with Lila at various capacities for the past 3.5 years, and I can't say enough about what that's done for me, uh, particularly as a woman who has the spirit of an entrepreneur and a body that needs caring for, and actually a couple of chronic illnesses that I'm still in the process of healing. So, I learned from Lila all that time ago about movement and posture, mostly at the time she was using the bowspring methodology, which is a wonderful movement system, wonderful physical alignment system. And I got so much out of that. But, I also saw how Lila's work started to change and evolve. And I was so excited to join this last round of the 42-day movement journey that I did with her, because I knew that there was going to be something different there for me, and I trust her. So I came in really with this intention of feeling safer in my body, trusting my body more, and also, of course, reducing or eliminating pain in certain areas. I have a condition that's known as fibromyalgia commonly, and so I do experience quite a bit of pain in my body. And one thing that I want to say about Lila's work is that it is so individual. You might think like, well, I'll just pop in a video. Don't you have a video training I can do? You can learn the postures, right? Lila can zero in on what is going on in your body, your unique, alignments or misalignments, your unique patterns of movement, even down to like where your eyes are looking most frequently, things that we don't really see about ourselves. On top of that, this evolution of the movement practice for Lila and what she's bringing forward, what she's creating with Riverstone movement, I have found to be much more accessible and easy to move within its structure, feeling more free, more light, feeling less of that sense of strain. So if you have pain in your body, maybe you're like me and you can relate to being in yoga classes or bowspring classes or different kinds of movement classes, and you're kind of straining. You're straining to contort your body into certain positions, and sometimes you can walk away with more pain than when you came in. And that's not the case with Riverstone. It's actually this very beautiful process of softening and opening tissues gradually through flowing and bouncing movements, and in ways that don't have me, feeling this pressure in my traps or this tightness in my neck or my hips. Really soft, really gentle, but still facilitating that powerful opening that I've learned actually from Lila can only really come from that sense of softness. And so, when I entered into the program, I actually was having a really difficult issue with my left hip. So, if any of you have suffered from chronic pain, you know that sometimes certain parts of the body will start flaring up. Even if you have a body-wide condition, sometimes the pain will move to different locations. You'll have a problem in this area or that area. And I was experiencing this really intense sensation and pain in my left hip and groin area. And, because of the way that the 42-day movement journey is set up, I had space to be able to ask her directly about it and get coaching specifically from her around it. And just by changing a little bit how I was engaging my ankle, actually, on my left foot, I was able to almost completely eliminate the pain that I was experiencing in my left hip and groin. So that is really priceless. That's something that, the chiropractor that I was working with wasn't able to help me do, even with, and not knocking chiropractic. I love it. I'm going to see her later today. But, in terms of the day-to-day physical body movements, Lila will be able to look at your body and tell you what little tweaks you can make. You know, she'll say things like, you know, where like, again, where to look, or softening my fingers, you know, stroking my wrists and my hands very gently, that can have this impact that ripples up to all these other places in my body where I'm holding tension. And it has been invaluable to me. I also really appreciated the structure of the group calls, how there was so much support and so much consistency, for me to really feel like I was a part of something, and, you know, not just practicing yoga in my room by myself every day, really getting the help and the support that I needed to learn to open and move my body in an even more fluid way and an even gentler way, to feel even safer in my body and to experience less pain. So if this is something that interests you at all, at the very least, get on a quick call with Lila, at the very least. You know, even on those calls, sometimes she'll point something out to you that might be a lightning bolt moment. But if you're thinking about joining the 42-day movement journey, I highly, highly recommend you give it a shot.